So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you can actually engage your core just while you're laying down on your back. So this is very basic, so if you're new to using your core properly, or if you are postpartum, this is a great one. Simply laying down on your back, tilting your pelvis under slightly, taking a big breath in and expanding into the diaphragm. As you breathe out, contract, bring your abs together, and bring your belly button down into the spine. So we're not tensing, we are contracting in the different ways that our stomach muscles are actually designed to do. That's going to work your deep muscles. And then relax. And I'll do a couple of those, maybe up to 10 of those, just to start to turn the core on. I also do those standing up in the shower every day when I remember. The next progression from that, so getting that nice contracted core, I will lift one leg simply, keeping the hips nice and level, and then you know you are using the core to keep the hips level. If you're a little bit weak in this position, you need to go back to the first exercise because you'll feel that your hips are not stable. I'll do a couple of reps, up to 10 reps of that each leg. So I just come down and then I do the next leg and come down. If you're feeling stable in that position, you can bring the other leg up to join it and try some toe taps from there. At the moment, I'm not quite stable enough to go back into that yet, but that used to be a staple of every exercise program that I've ever done. The next one, a little progression from there, is getting the same contraction. I've got enough space. And coming up onto the toe with one foot and slowly sliding that foot away. Once again, keeping the hips level and also making sure the pelvis doesn't twist this way. Now, you might get out all the way, or you might not get out all the way before your back starts to move or your hips start to move. But remember to use your breath, and this is building up the abs all the way down from the pelvic muscle all the way up to the rib cage. Every bit of your core is being worked, and being worked also transversely as well. So moving on to the glutes a little bit, then I'd go into a glute bridge. So from here I'm going to tilt the pelvis under, squeeze the glutes, which is your butt cheeks, and drive the hips up. Now we're not aiming to go all the way up, we're aiming to be controlled here in a nice position. Little pause at the top and come down, making sure that you don't tilt the pelvis once you're down. Keep that core engaged, and again roll up. Keep everything engaged. It's really hard to feel the core in this position, so it's a great one to kind of check, turn it on, and down. After my glute bridges, I would then go up onto my toes, engage the core once again, you see a theme happening here, and just drop one knee as far as I can go without tilting my hips. So I'm keeping my core engaged, and back up again. Now these seem really small and simple moves, but if you're building up a core from the beginning, or if you think you've got core strength because you've got a six-pack, but you're feeling like you're lacking strength in some of your big lifts, you want to go back to doing these exercises because it's building that deep, deep core strength. And I will just repeat that as many times until I feel fatigued. Drop down. Next one we're going to do on your side, if you are postpartum, this is a great way to feel that transverse kind of corset muscle. So I'm going to come onto my side, just going to relax here and chill, a bit like Rose in Titanic, and I'm going to draw that belly button into the spine. The exact same thing I did when I was laying flat. I'm going to do it now on my side and lift up. So lift my waist away from the floor here. So I'm not just sinking into the floor, I'm lifting away, and that's really using that core, holding nice and tight. And if you actually feel just in from your hips, you can feel if you've got those muscles turned on. So I can feel they're turned on. I'm happy with that. I'm going to hold it and I just do some clams. So I'm engaging from the glute. The glute is pulling my knee up. I'm not thinking knee going up, I'm really thinking of using the glute here. And I want to keep my tummy stable the whole time, so I'm not rocking around, I'm nice and solid. I do a couple of reps of that. And then, if I was feeling a bit daring, planks, side planks are fine for me on my knees at the moment. So if you're more progressed, you can come up onto your toes. I'm not quite ready to do that yet, so I'm just coming up onto my knees. Same thing, I'm pulling my hips away from the floor, making sure that I'm in a straight line from my knees to my elbow. So I just corrected myself there, and that I'm not leaning back. You can reach up if you want. So you're reaching this hip up to the sky, or the ceiling and drawing up around here. I can feel my strength here. Makes me feel really good to know that I still have strength. And then you hold for as long as you can. You can extend one leg, I don't have enough space here, if you want, or you can go up onto two, whatever you feel your progression is. That is a fantastic one for working the waist and working those deep core muscles, and as I said, the transverse abdominis, which is like your corset muscle. Yeah, those are the ones that I've been doing. Yeah, I've been avoiding crunches obviously, and normal plank. They're just not good for when you have a weak tummy and possibly have that split down the middle. I think I've already repaired my diastasis recti. But yeah, there's a couple of exercises there for the glutes and for the core to build you amazing core strength. If you are diligent and do those every day, not only will you see your waist start to get smaller, you'll feel flatter in your tummy, you'll have amazing strength. So either when you're going to go to the gym and do a big lift, or you're just going to pick up your shopping out of the car, less likely to get injured, more likely to be able to pick up something heavier, and also start to look good as well. So I hope that was useful to you. Indy's asleep next to me, and she's been asleep for the whole video, so I'm nice and happy. And let me know in the comments below if this is useful to you and if you want more videos like this.